Is Jurassic World Evolution 3 not coming out until 2026? This marketing pamphlet has us asking that question, and maybe answers it too. We've been not so patiently waiting for news on Jurassic World Evolution 3. It seemed a safe bet for the game to launch around the time Jurassic World Rebirth premieres in early July this year. But with the movie premiere only about 10 weeks away, time has been running out for proper marketing for the third dinosaur park builder in the Evolution series. Last December, I threw out the idea that we might not be getting our hands on the new game until November 2025, and now that we're in late April and there's still not even an announcement trailer for the game, that November guess seems much more likely than a summer release, at least to me. But now we have an interesting snippet of a balloon advertisement that suggests the game could be coming even later. This is a promotional page for Anagram Balloons, a company that makes balloons, including licensed balloons for Jurassic World Rebirth. Through this balloon company, the designs of the Jurassic World Rebirth Velociraptor leaked, so it wouldn't be the first time we get information from this unusual source. There's really only one thing relevant to this video on this page, and that's this line of text here. 285 plus million video game installs, with a new game arriving in 2026. Anagram Balloons cites Universal itself as the source for this information. A new game arriving in 2026. Kind of weird to mention a game when we know two games are coming to the franchise, Jurassic World Evolution 3 and Jurassic Park Survival. So which of the two are they referring to, and what does that mean for the other game? Jurassic Park Survival had its announcement trailer over a year ago, but from the latest news we know that this game is still in the motion capture stage of development, so this game has a long road ahead of it before completion. I'd say for Jurassic Park Survival, late 2026 is the earliest and most optimistic estimation for a release, but a release in 2027 would not surprise me. And make no mistake, a game needing longer to cook is not a bad thing. Jurassic World Evolution 3 we only know is coming through investor reports, because Frontier is a public company, they need to be transparent, but there's no official announcement. All we know is that it is releasing in financial year 2026, which runs from June 2025 to May 2026. So about the first half of 2026 is possible for a release of Jurassic World Evolution 3. I feel pretty certain that Jurassic Park Survival will release later than Jurassic World Evolution 3. Even though we have no information on Jurassic World Evolution 3, and we do have information on Jurassic Park Survival, the information we have on Jurassic Park Survival lets us know that they are currently doing motion capture, so there's a long pipeline ahead of them. And Jurassic World Evolution 3 has to release before May 2026, which I just don't see Survival beating. For this page, to mention just one of the two games, I think for marketing purposes, they want to highlight the first game to come out. That's going to have the most immediate relevance to their balloon sales. If a major franchise game was coming out this year, I think they would have written 2025 instead. Which means this vague little bit of text does suggest to me, that Jurassic World Evolution 3 is not releasing this year. Although obviously we can't draw any guaranteed conclusions from this, I can't stress that enough. And I want to point out one readily apparent loophole. Like I just mentioned, Jurassic World Evolution 3 isn't officially announced yet. There's no trailer for it, just investor reports. So maybe this pamphlet is referencing the first upcoming game that has already been officially announced, which is Jurassic Park Survival. Maybe they can't mention Jurassic World Evolution 3 yet. That being said though, the game not releasing this year wouldn't surprise me anymore. I had already shifted my expectations from summer this year to November this year. Stretching it a couple extra months doesn't strike me as impossible. Let me know in a comment down below when you think Jurassic World Evolution 3 will release. This summer, end of the year, or early 2026? Missing the release of Jurassic World Rebirth by potentially 6 months to almost a year is of course pretty extreme, and I do wonder how that would affect the sale numbers for the game, with it missing out on the peak hype which will happen this summer. However, that being said, it's very likely that Jurassic World Rebirth is the start of a new trilogy. Gareth Edwards has expressed interest in that, and I'm fairly certain that no matter the critic scores or the audience scores, the box office will incentivize Universal to keep making movies for this franchise. I don't see Universal letting this franchise go extinct. So maybe in 2026 the next movie will be announced, and the game can latch onto the public interest for that and get a sales boost when the next movie comes out in 2027 or 2028. The same way Jurassic World Evolution 2 launched ahead of Dominion and then saw a nice uptick in sales when the movie premiered. I'm not arguing here that it is an ideal scenario. Frontier themselves have stated that releasing with the movie is the ideal scenario, but it's not so much of a death sentence that we need to dismiss this as a possibility, especially at this point. It's late April and we have no news yet. I admit that this bit of text is very flimsy information to go off of, and that's why I want to highlight again that this in no way guarantees that the game is coming out as late as 2026. But I did want to share this because, for starters, it's the first whiff of news in quite a while, but also because it sounds believable to me. And I think at this point we should be mentally preparing ourselves for the long haul and exercise more patience. I think we need to let go of the expectation that the game is gonna come out this summer. And yeah, based on this little bit of information, I even think that my guess of November 2025 might have been hashtag too soon. As much as it sucks to have to wait longer than we were expecting, I don't think it's a bad thing. Well, again, it sucks. I'm as impatient as the worst of them, but I think I speak for us all when I say we want the game to launch in a good state. If good things come to those who wait, then I'm okay with waiting. I think it's possible that the game was intended to launch this summer, but they decided to push it back to give themselves more time to create a better game. And if that's the case, I 100% support that, and I'll be here in the meantime sharing all the news and still doing builds. I also want to restate what I said in my previous video on Jurassic World Evolution 3. There is no reason at all to assume that just because there's been no news, that the game has been cancelled. That's a knee-jerk reaction that I understand, but disagree with. Just to be clear, I don't think the game is cancelled. The game missing the expected deadline that we assumed would make sense doesn't mean the game died in development. A thank you to Chris Pugh on Twitter for sharing this, and to Dino Kia for tagging me with the radio silence from Frontier. It's really a team effort to get any information, so I appreciate this. And because we are all so antsy for news, I figured I should cover this. Thank you so much for watching, liking, subscribing, and until next time, fingers crossed for actual news soon.